Okay, okay. Morning. All right, welcome, everyone. How's everyone today? Tuesday. All right, today what we have is tic-tac-toes explained. And before I get started, Pick-3 at a Glance family, welcome, and first-time viewers and new subscribers. Um, Pick-3 at a Glance, like I always say, OPPB. Be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly. Remember that the lottery is set up for you to lose and not for you to win. All right? With Pick-3 at a Glance, I put together a system that tracks all 1,000 numbers. It's the only one. Pick-3 is the only one that you can track all 1,000 numbers on paper. And then the individual can track. All right? Pick-4 got 10,000 numbers. You can't do it. Pick-5, 100,000 numbers. You have to track your own numbers for your own state. That's the bottom line. You have to track your own numbers for your own state. All these 1,000 numbers run randomly. There's no rhyme or reason to any of these numbers coming out at any time in any state. The only thing that you have to work with is the law average, and that gives you a small advantage. But it is an advantage that you can track and see as you tracking the actual 1,000 numbers in your state. That's why I use the Pick-3 at a Glance and play Pick-3 only, because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. If I win, I can see how I won, and if I lost, I can always see how I lost if I'm tracking all 1,000 numbers. Not going to see that with the tic-tac-toe, date sum, grids, root sums, all the multiple different workouts and rundowns that they have out there, because they only show you a fraction of what you need to know. I'm a student of Eddie Tipton's, the guy that rigged the Iowa lottery. He was software superintendent in the Iowa lottery, and he hacked the lottery out of five states and won millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars before they caught him. They hired him in 2000. They didn't catch him cheating the lottery until 2010. 10 years this man took money from the lottery and they never knew it. And he had a syndicate of people working with him. So yeah, can the lottery be rigged and hacked? For a fact, yes. The lottery can be rigged, it can be hacked. When they caught him, they made a deal with him that he would tell them how he did it. So he got 5 years and got about $100 million, I would presume, from the time he started hacking the lottery. Okay, so there goes that idea. So, but you can use the law average to win, but it's a small percentage. But that's why it's so important that you understand it and use it to your advantage. And I became a student of Eddie Tipton's to learn everything he did to win, to hack the lottery. Not to the point where I would go to jail or anybody else I'm showing this would go to jail, but to the point to understand exactly how he did it. And what he did, he worked with the law average. He had one advantage that we don't have. He could pick certain numbers that would run, and then he would have to guess the other numbers and run them for about a month at $200 a whop every day. But with the millions that he had won, $200 wasn't anything with his system. So that's why I'm here to show how you can use the law average like Eddie Tipton did pretty much to hack the lottery, to win millions and millions of dollars. But like I said, he had an advantage. He could manipulate the numbers. We can't manipulate the numbers. So we have to use strictly the law average to our advantage. So look him up. When you get through with this live, go look up Eddie Tipton. You're going to see little talked about it, because the lottery don't want you to know that it can be rigged. And it was rigged. And it can still be rigged. And it might still be being rigged. So they should have went viral, didn't go viral. They gave him a quick 5 years, let him out. And I imagine he's on an island somewhere right now. That's what I believe. Because he went to jail in 2015 and got out in 2020. And he was 51 and went to jail, so he's 56 still, got a young man, and he still can do plenty of things. So I'm going to discuss the tic-tac-toe. The reason why I'm going to discuss a lot of these algorithms and rundowns and tic-tac-toe things is because they, like I said, they don't show you what you need to know like the PICK-3 at a glance strategy will. Okay, for your state, you have to, if you want to be if you're a seasoned PICK-3 player, a lottery player, PICK-3, that's all I specialize in, then you will be tracking the actual 1,000 numbers to win and see how those numbers roll in your state and to win. Okay, to be a bigger and better winner, you have to track those. So I said I was going to do the tic-tac-toe. The reason why I'm doing the tic-tac-toes and these different algorithms and things, so people can get to me the exact understanding of how it works. We had 074 to come in Illinois' evening draw. That's the number I'm going to be working with and do a tic-tac-toe on. Okay. Excuse me here. Hey, Barb. How's everybody? Glad is that Deborah? Hey, Deborah. Good morning, and everybody. If you would, just tap the screen like this for a like. Show me some love. It'll automatically show a like and then come up on the screen. Okay. All righty. So we had here's a tic-tac-toe, y'all. So you'll understand. If you got any questions about this tic-tac-toe, then I'll go on into the PICK-3 at a glance strategy with the 074. Here's the 074 that came in. On these tic-tac-toes, let me make, maybe if I, let's see, tic-tac-toes. This is what this is. The 074. And they can do this. They can put this 074 here, 074 here, 074. Anything that a person can imagine to use this tic-tac-toe, that's what they do. Okay. Good morning, Tyra. Good morning, Lewis. Good morning. That's what they do. There's no rhyme or reason to their tic-tac-toes, a lot of them. Because anybody could change the method anytime they get ready. But the most common one is to add 1 to each one of these, to the winning number, and go in a counterclock manner. And I used to use these, to be truthful with you, well, try to use them, but I never was successful with them because I did not know what was going on with the rest of the 2/3 of the rest of the 1,000 numbers. Okay, so you have you're gonna add 1, a +1 to each one of these numbers going counterclockwise. You're gonna have 4. You're gonna add 1. You get a 5. You add You add 5, 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get a 7. 1 to 7, you get an 8. 1 to 8, you get a 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10, but you don't use the 1, you just use a 0. In lottery math, all you work with is single digits, okay? So it's a 0. Now, out of the tic-tac-toes, you're supposed to get a combination of numbers that you can get out of these tic-tac-toes, okay? They do them a lot of different ways now, and that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, all right? So, but this is the most common. Some of them do a +1 or -1 here. There's thousands that really don't add up to what you needed to add up to me to really see what's going on with those 1,000 numbers to win. But anyway, here you can go this way to get the 3 numbers that you need. You can go this way to get the 3 numbers that you need. You can go corner to corner to get the 3 numbers that you need. Let me show you. I'm going to go on top here. We're going to do 076. We're going to do 875. Now, these numbers are the numbers you're looking to play for the next day to win. 904. There's nothing going to show you what's coming in the next day to win. Okay? You're going to go this way now. 089. 089. 7. What's that? 770. Okay? 770. 654. 654. Okay? Then they'll go here. Then they'll go here with the corners. They'll do from here to here, 045. 045. Then they go from the 5, then they go to this corner, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. 708. 708. Then 890. 890. So that gives you how many numbers now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you got 10 numbers this way, okay? And they can go, they'll go up this way. They'll go 078 or 075. What they're trying to do is accumulate a lot of numbers for you to look at for you to play the next day. The problem with this, you have 9 out of 10, you have no idea what's going on with these numbers to try to win them the next day. If you ain't studied or did homework before of the actual 1,000 numbers, this tells you nothing to win in my book. This tells you, and that was my problem. Even if I hit one of these numbers, if they did come in, I still had no idea what other number to play because I hadn't tracked all the 1,000 numbers to know why I played these numbers in the first place. If you don't know why you playing a number in PICK-3, don't play it. I don't play my birthday. I don't play lucky days. I don't play lucky holidays. I don't play none of that until I didn't track the actual number to see what it's indeed for the whole year. What it's indeed for the whole year. And many people don't know nothing about none of these numbers they're playing. This is called luck. And if you win this on luck, luck runs out. What you do, you'll be playing numbers and it'll be like a dog chasing your tail because you don't know why you play these numbers. Okay? This is one of the tic-tac-toe strategies. They got 100 of them out there. And when you get through, if you don't know these numbers while you playing them, you starting off right where you started from every day that you don't know why you playing your numbers. Even when I lose my numbers with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, I know how I lost why I lost. I know how I lost, why I lost. That's a simple strategy. Okay, now, what they try to do with this strategy here, and they tell you, okay, you can win. You're gonna look for the next day's number should be one of the possibly be one of these numbers, and like they say, possibly coming this way. All right. So let's say the number that comes out the next day is 701. So then they'll tell you you need to learn flips and mirrors, which I ain't gonna get into detail too much on this here. Just look up flips and mirrors. Well, I will talk about mirrors and opposites, but I call them opposites. They say, well, learn, they call them mirrors and flips, okay? Learn your mirrors and flips. So now say this 701 is here, comes out the next day, and it's not on your list here. Then they'll find it. They'll find it. This is hindsight. This is hindsight. They'll find the number and say that, oh, here it was all the time. All you had to do was mirror this 6 and make it a 1, because a 1 is a 6 and a 6 is a 1. That's no help in my book. What does it, flipping it now and finding it now is hindsight. You want a foresight. You want to know what's going on with the numbers before you play them, not after you done played it. Then they use where you add 5 to any single number to get this 6. If you add 5 to 1, you get 6. That's what they mean. Plus 5 to 1, you'll get 6. Or they'll say, if the number come out, let's say it's 709. I might be getting a little ahead of everybody, but just bear with me right now, or ask a question if I'm losing you. Okay, now to flip a flip number, you add plus 3 to any single number. Plus 3 to any single number will give you that number. Okay. So they'll say 709 came in. Then they say, oh, here it is right in our face. You should have added a 3 to this 6 to get the 9. That's after sight. That's hindsight. And you don't know no more than you did when you lost. You don't know anymore. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just, I'm trying to just tell the truth. This is where we at. This is where we at. And I'm trying to get everybody to understand that you got to track your actual 1,000 numbers in your state to see what's going on. Or they'll do another one on you. They'll do another one on you. They say, let's say 789 come out. And I'm just showing them for what it is. 789 come out. Then they'll tell you, oh, it didn't come out on none of these, but here it is right here. There it is right here. And they'll do this on you. There it is right there. Man, what? What? There it is right there? Okay. I'll tell y'all, that's what they do. That's what's going on. We making it harder than what it is. We don't need this. All you need to do is track all 1,000 numbers like Eddie Tipton did when he hacked the lottery, and track and work with the law average, and play the numbers that didn't hit. That's all it is. PICK-3 is the best and easiest game to win. Other than all the games, I don't do scratches. I don't do PICK-4s, PICK-5s, PICK-6s. I don't do none of those. All I do is PICK-3. Because it's trackable, teachable, and doable. You can track 1,000 numbers on paper. Well, I can track these 1,000 numbers. I can't track 10,000 numbers. You see that? This here. You always back to square one. In any of them if you're not tracking all 1,000 numbers. So let's get, I'm gonna get into the PICK-3 at a glance strategy that I came up with that allows you to track all 1,000 numbers for your state. All these 1,000 numbers run different in all the states. They run different in all states, okay? But they're trackable, and you can track them on paper. And to take these 1,000 numbers, see all these exact 1,000 numbers here, it takes 3 years for these 1,000 numbers to rotate out. That's why you cannot know what's going on with them just by the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, the flips, the mirrors, or whatever other strategy they use out there if you ain't tracking all 1,000 numbers to see what they're doing. So what I did with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, I took 22 numbers. And you all, let's see. You all, I'm gonna give you, if you follow me, I want you to do this. And I did the 111 rundown on these 22 numbers, on these 22 numbers here. These 1,000 numbers, I condensed them. That's what Eddie Tipton did. He put everything in an organized manner so he could hack the system. He couldn't use tic-tac-toe, grids, and everything that wasn't showing him what the numbers were doing to win. He condensed everything to hack the system and put a bug in the system to win. That's what you have to do. But the only thing different he had, he could pick certain numbers in his hacking system that we can't do that. We have to work strictly with the law average, okay? Now here, these are the 22 numbers I came up with. You can screenshot them if you can see them. And I did the 1-1 rundown on these 22 numbers to get my 22 columns. This is called strategy number 1. That's the main, this is the first one I came up with to be able to track all 1,000 numbers. If you know what the 111 rundown is, you make these 22 columns up, do the 1-1 rundown on them, and start watching my videos. I got 1,800 videos you can go through, and it explains it all to you. Okay? I don't do all states. I don't pick numbers for states. I do Illinois, some state specific for Illinois because I can track Illinois. But I can show you how to track your state individually to make you a bigger and better winner. Because I know what it takes to win. It takes OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget, play responsibly. That's what it takes to win. It don't take hopping and off these numbers all day, playing numbers anywhere, pulling numbers from anywhere. I just do all that stuff. Out of 30 years, you learn more, you grow. I learned that doesn't work. And I won this month in January. I won the 8-0 in Illinois already. I won about 4 or 5 times last month. So if you want to know if I'm winning, I got receipts on my channel where the Illinois lottery send me email every time I win. So yeah, I got receipts, but I'm only doing Illinois for this state. And I think that's the state you should have receipts on if you're doing it and you live in this state. That's all I can say. You know, truth don't need no support, y'all. Okay, if I'm showing you something in a state, for all states, and I ain't got no receipts for my state, I don't know what's going on with that, y'all. I really don't. But I got receipts for the state, and I already hit the 8-0, but I knew why I was playing it. I know why I play every number that I ever put on a card or anything. I know why I play every number. And if I missed, I know why I miss every number. I don't play them as I do. And that don't mean I'm going to win no every day. I got just enough to know that because the numbers are random. There's no rhyme or reason to know why these numbers are coming out. Only thing you have is the law average to work in your favor, other than hacking the system like Eddie Tipton. Other than that, that's all you got. Okay, and picking the numbers. Now, I'm going to show you how to do the 1-1 rundown that I did on these 22 numbers here, okay? Now we're going to do the 1-1 rundown on the 074 that came in the Illinois evening draw yesterday. All righty, here we go. 074 came in. This is called the 111 rundown. 111 rundown. Okay? Now, what you do is add 1 to each one of the winning numbers that came in. You're going to add 1 to the 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. Draw a line here, 1 to 9, you get 10, but you're just going to use the 0, okay? You're going to do the 0. Then same here, 1 to 1, you're going to get 8. 1 to 7, you're going to get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, again, you're going to get the 0. 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. Same number at the bottom, you get a top, you add it correctly. See how easy that is? That's 1 plus 1, you get 2. I didn't like math at all. And when it got past 1 plus 1, you get 2, I was through. That's all I can tell y'all. How I came up with this and putting this together, I'll call it a blessing, okay? It's just a total blessing. After 30 years of doing it and getting tired of losing, I didn't lose in 30 years, but when I got tired of losing, I said, I got to come up with a better strategy that don't include all that tic-tac-toe, day-sub-reads, and all the flipping numbers and stuff. I said, no, it's got to be a better way. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. 1 plus 7 is 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. Then again, we're going to do 0 and count straight down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. See that? This is what we call the 111 rundown. And you got this, what I would be calling a column. This is a column, okay? Here is exactly what I did on these numbers here. These are my base numbers right here. Exactly what I did to each one of these numbers. I did the 1-1 rundown on each one of these numbers. Right here. And the doubles, I did the same thing, and the triples. 1-1 rundown to get the 22 columns. Okay? And you ain't got to do nothing fancy. Just get you some pencil and paper. See what happened here. Make sure you can see. Okay, yeah. Can y'all see it now? Do the 1-1 rundown to get the strategy number 1. That's going to get you started. Now, what I'm looking for is the what column this 074. Which one of these, when you make the 22 columns, these are singles. See these singles? They got 3 separate numbers. 3 separate numbers. None of them are alike. Doubles got 2 numbers that are alike in them. That's what they call them doubles, like 002, 003. These are called doubles. And triples don't have no numbers that's alike. That's why they call them triple, okay? So you're going to do the 1-1 rundown on each one of these. That's going to give you strategy number 1, okay? So we want to see where what column is 074 is under. All right? And I'm going to show you on my sheet here the 074. This is where I made a sheet. I had did it longhand before until I was able to learn computers and all that stuff, and then I made up my own sheets. And each column I did this 1-1 rundown on it. And I made it with the numbers here. And these are your columns, right? So I'm looking for what column the 074 is under. Now all the base numbers have a 0 in them. All the base numbers have zeros in them. So you're going to find out what number with a zero in it. You're going to memorize these numbers here when you start doing this. Once I memorize the number, I want to find out what column it's going to be under. And I go down here, and I know that it's going to be under this 307 column, because that's one of the base numbers. I got a zero here, but I know that's not one of the base numbers. 036, I know that's not the base number there. That's not a base number. Okay, so I know it's the 307 because I memorized it. And I'll go down this column, which is column 12. It's the last column. And I'll find that 074. But it shows as 704. And I'll circle it. Bam, I'm done. That quick, I found that column. This here gives me 720 of those 1,000 numbers combined when you put them together in a group. Okay? Now, that's strategy number one, column number one. Okay? Any of these numbers can come 6 different ways. Like this 07 can come because it's got 6 different ways. Any numbers that's single numbers, they can come 6 different ways. It can come 074, it can come 047, it can come 407, it can come 470, and it can come 704, and it can come 740. That's how it comes out of all the 1,000 numbers. See that? Doubles, like the number 112, they can only come 3 different ways. Numbers with 2 like numbers can come only 3 different ways. They can come 112, they can come 121, and they can come 211. See that? Out of the 1,000 numbers. Triples, like triple zeros, can only come one way. Any way these numbers change position, it's going to be the same number. These numbers are not the same numbers when they change position. These numbers are not, it's not the same number because it changed position. This number is not the same because it changed position out of 1,000 numbers. That's what the law of average works. The law of average works where all those 1,000 numbers, these numbers, change position in time. They have to change position to make the numbers to make up the 1,000 numbers. Same with these. The singles have to change position by the law of average. The law of average has to work. I don't care what numbers they use, and you have to be able to track them and know what's going on with them. And know why you're playing them. Each one of these numbers change position throughout the year. Okay? Now, that's why I say it takes 3 years for each one of these numbers to change position. Because you only, out of these 1,000 numbers, you're going to only get 365 draws out a year. Whatever draw it is, midday, evening, or double midday, or whatever, or double evenings. Each draw, each year, all you're going to get is a third of those 1,000 numbers. 1 year you're going to get this, 1 year you're going to get that, 1 year you're going to get this. That's why any 10 numbers that you play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers that you play, if you play these numbers every day, 365 days out of that year, on average, all you're going to normally get is about 3 of these numbers to come exact. The first year you tracking the numbers, you might get these three to come exact out of the whole year. The next year you might get these three to come exact. Then the third year you get these three to come exact. Then the next year, on and on and on and on, it's going to rotate. You might switch up three other threes to get exact. Then another set of threes get exact. That's how the law of average works. So out of the whole year, you play these exact, all you would get three exact. You get three exact. So bouncing on and off these numbers and not knowing why you playing them, you're playing a loser's game. You're playing their game. You're playing their game. That's what you're doing. Okay. It's already set up for you to lose, but you got to know, especially know how you lost and how you won, really. So now, that's strategy number one. Strategy number two here, what I did, I needed to know about the single pairs. Okay? I needed to know what pairs hadn't played in the lottery. I'm going to explain to you what pairs are. So you'll know. You have to know this to be a bigger and better winner. And understand it. Say this number 1, 2, 3. It's a single. It's got three different numbers. It's going to have three separate pairs to it. Okay? It's going to have the 12, the 13, and the 23. I gave you that one, but also we could have used the 074. The 074 is going to have three separate pairs to it also. Okay? It's going to have the 04, the 07, and the 47. See there? Each one of those numbers have played. That's on singles. So what I did, out of all those 1,000, all these 1,000 numbers, right here, this triangle will give me all the pairs combinations that I put here. Don't ask me how I made this thing. I was playing around one day and I wanted to track them pairs, and I said, I got to find something that's simple that I can put on paper, and I can track them daggone pairs so I can be a bigger and better winner. Bigger and better winner. BBW. So I can be a bigger and better winner. So what I did here, I put this thing together. At first, when I put it together, now I say, now what I'm going to do with this thing? I done made it, so I got to figure out how I'm going to use it. Yeah, I did figure it out. I guess it made sense. It started making sense to me when I played with it. But I can find it's 2,710 pairs in these 1,000 numbers right here. And this triangle can track all of them. Looks simple, don't it? It's simple when you understand it. I can show this to anybody. They'd never understand what I was talking about. That's why I know it's mine. I created it. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Peace and love. Good morning. They'd never understand what this thing is or how to use it. I don't think a mathematician would understand it if I showed it to them. I don't know. I ain't no mathematician, believe me, but I figured it out. Okay, so we had three separate numbers. We had the 04, the 07, and the 47. All right. So what we have here, we're going to mark off strategy. The pair is the 04 right here. The 07, first time it came out for the month. And the 47 right here. That covers all three pairs of that number that I know came out for the month. And what I'm looking for, working with the law of average, I want to know at the end of the month what pairs didn't come out. And what pairs didn't come out, I'm going to underline them, and I'm going to rotate those pairs over to the next month. Okay, because here I got it enlarged. I got it enlarged here. I had to make it enlarged. make a better sample because I think that's fit too. I think I might have already marked it off on here though. Okay, yeah, no, I didn't. I did it on another sheet. See here? So any number that don't fall, let me move this over. Don't fall the previous month. I highlight them by either highlighting, you can do however you want. I highlight them or I put a line underneath it. Because I know working with the law average, these numbers will have to show up within the next 30 days or the next 60 days. The actual pair numbers, not no guess pairs or something you put together to make pairs or guessing what pairs it's going to be. I know these pairs didn't come off of this triangle. I'm telling you, I don't know. This is all of it's copyrighted now, but yeah, I put this together to get all those pairs off of this simple triangle. But I know those pairs didn't come. Working with the law average, the numbers have to play catch up by rotating. So like, remember, I underlined what hadn't came. Now see, the 04 just showed up. It didn't fall last month. That's why I got a line under it. So now I'm going to circle it. It didn't fall in December at all, this pair. Then I'll do the 07, the strategy number 2, tracking single pairs. And then I'll do the 47. I know that just fell out this month. If it don't have a line under it, that means it fell last month. So I'm always got my eyes on the actual numbers to know what they're doing, especially them pairs. I knew pairs was a key, a big key to winning, to being a bigger and better winner. Okay, now, here, so that lets me know that, okay, the law average caught up with itself. It bought that 04 out. Just like the other day, with the first of the month, it bought the 633 out. Okay. Okay, I must have missed something here on this sheet. The A80 came out also. I don't know why I didn't circle it. The A8, because I hit it, so that's why I know. I don't know why I didn't circle it, but the A80 came out. I won on it. Because I knew something about these 8s by tracking the actual 8s. And that's I've already hit this month already. So this system works, y'all. Yeah, it works. Okay. Now, all right. But you have to put the work wood in and get the fire out. This ain't gonna be a cakewalk. You're gonna have to learn the system. You're gonna have to now if you getting in it some other way and somebody's giving you numbers and you buying them and that's working, then that'll work. But I don't. But still, I teach you how to fish. I don't give you a fish. Okay. And once you learn this system, you won't need to go anywhere else anyway. All right. Now, so that's anything underlined here. I'm still waiting to come out. Like this 55, the 66s, this 11. And then, like I said, it's 23 and 13. And they're going to catch up with themselves. Just followed by the end of the month. And it could take, a pair might not come out for 4 months. This 23 couldn't possibly not show up for 4 months. 13 might not show up for 4 months. That's why it's imperative that you track the pairs and know what they're going on with your numbers. Because if you play one of these numbers, and I'm not playing all these numbers, I'm watching them. I build a bucket list of numbers that I'm going to play, but all the time as I'm tracking, I'm watching what's the next best numbers to play. So when I win, I'm not just doing a tic-tac-toe or rundown of different workouts to find no number. I already got my eye on the numbers. If I see that this 23 don't fall for 4 months, you know I'm going to do a run on that 23 or wheel it, which I do any number, and you can see that tracking the numbers. You can't see that any other way. Say this 23 don't fall for another month or two, then I'll wheel it when the time comes for me to play it. I'll do 230, 231, 232, 233, 234, 235, 236, 237, 238, 239. All right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So I play it like this here. 50-cent box more likely. But 9 out of 10, if it's been 3 or 4 months, I didn't accumulated other information to tell me exactly how I would play this number or this pair that I know ain't fail in 3 or 4 months. For instance, if I know that this 23 ain't failed for 3 or 4 months, and I know that the number 232 and 233 also ain't failed for about 5 months, then I'm going to load up on these numbers just by the idea of knowing this. So by the idea of knowing this, if any of these numbers come and I know that these numbers ain't hit, I'll take that money that I win here and play pretty much more heavier on these two because I know they ain't far behind. That's how I hit the 044 last month and the 999s. It wasn't last month, but I hit them in Illinois because I knew that this 44 pair and this 99 pair, which are opposite numbers of each other, hadn't failed for 3 months. And I knew what numbers to play with that. See, you can always build a strategy and a skill set tracking your own numbers for your own state, because nothing is going to tell you what's going on with these numbers unless you're tracking them yourself. And you can build a strategy and a skill set off the actual 1,000 numbers that you're tracking. And when you lose, you lose. And when you win, you know how you lost. And when you win, you win. You know how you won and why you won. That's strategy number 2. We just went a little bit more in detail with that one. Let's see. Now we're going to go to strategy number 3. We're tracking the individual numbers, single digits. I wanted to know what position the numbers that were code in working with the law average, what the numbers were that are code in what position. Okay, we had the O to come in. That's the first time I made 3 columns of 0 to 9. So any PICK-3 number come in, I would know what position to play. So we had the 074, we had the 0 on the front come in. The 7 in the middle come in first half of the month, and the 4 on the back. See, I can tell that the 4 that came on the back 3 times already this month. That's just my way of tracking to see how many times and what position the number come in. But my main concern is to know what number didn't hit at all, working with the law average, so I can carry it over to the next month to use it. So now what happens if any of these numbers don't hit, I'll carry them over to the next month and highlight them, because the law average, all the numbers have to play catch up. That's how you win. You want to catch up with the numbers as they're catching up with each other and rotating. The way I won with that, these 7 for 2 months, 60 days, for the whole month, 2 whole months, no 7 came out for 2 months with no number. That's why I say there's no rhyme or reason to how these numbers gonna fall. Who would have thought that no number was a 7 would have played in that month? And that's when I banged them, because I played 777s. And in the Missouri, I play 7-7 front and 7-7 back. And just like I wheeled this 23, I wheeled the 7-7 the same way. And they came out. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to know. That ain't what you got to guess. This is what I know. And you'll be seeing those type of things when you're playing also. When you're tracking, rather, the actual 1,000 numbers. Okay? Now, the last strategy is strategy number 4 that I put together. I wanted to know what was going on with the front pair and the back pair of these numbers. Okay? But now this here, I use for the whole year. At the end of the year, I'll transfer whatever numbers didn't hit over to the next year on the front or the back. Okay? On the front or the back. Now, on the front or the back. So we had the 07 to fall on the front. These numbers are the same, top and bottom. Top and bottom, okay? So we had the 07 is down here. I'll mark it off on the front. And the 7-4 on the back. Bam, you're done. And you're tracking everything you need to know about every number that falls and didn't fall. So this pretty much how my day go to track the numbers. Then I got a little calendar here that I do, that I have, that I make the track number. I put 074 here. That OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent with budget to be a bigger and better winner. Okay, now, this is it for the day. Okay, what I do with these workout sheets here. I do the 1-1 rundown. I find out what column the winning number came in under. I do that. Bam, I'm done. I go to the single to track the pairs. I do that. If it's digit, double, bam, 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 I'm done. I go to the 3, strategy number 3, see what position they fit in. Bam, 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 I'm done. Then I go to the front pair and back pair sheet. Do this, 0, 0, bam, bam, I'm done. That's it. That ain't no running down, no tic-tac-toe, no dates up, no grid, none. That's it. Okay? That is it. And you're going to know so much when you do that every day and track these numbers, then it's not going to be nothing that's going to be able to tell you more than what you're going to be looking at with your own eyes for your own state and what those numbers are doing. You're done. You would be absolutely done. Okay. Now, what I'm going to show you is opposites. They call, the only thing you have to understand pretty much is opposite. And they call it mirrors, sister numbers, and stuff like that. And you have to know the significance of that. Okay? And the significance here, this is a number line. We're going to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to add +5 to this number. This is what they call mirroring numbers or opposite numbers or sister number. Okay? You're going to add 5 to the top numbers here to get your bottom numbers. You add 5 to 0, you get 5. 5 to 1, you get 6, 7, 8, and 9. You're just adding 5. The reason is a 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0. 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1. 2, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Let's say you take this 1,000 numbers. Let's say you take these 1,000 numbers here and you divided them in half. You got your top numbers here, your bottom numbers here. That's what they mean by the numbers are opposite each other. Top numbers here, bottom numbers here. That's why I say a 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8, 3, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Simple reason. Say you take this 0, 0, 0 to 499, just like this sheet. You took the 0, 0, 0, 499, you cut it off, then here's your bottom half. And you got the 500 to 999. Okay? With that being, say you played 0, 1, 2, and the lottery played 5, 6, 7. They just played the bottom number of what you was playing, and that'll happen. But you know you have to understand that happens. The numbers are random. That don't mean a whole lot. It just means that the opposite number played. That's all that means. That's all that means. And the same way, if you were playing, you played the 7, 8, 9, and they played 2, 3, 4. That number just fell, but they are opposite numbers of each other. Same way with a double. If you played 1, 1, 2, and they played 6, 6, 7, they just opposite numbers of each other. No significance to it. The numbers are random. Don't mean a thing. But they do play a part in the law of average, which I'll show you though. And say you play triple zeros to 5, 5, 5. There you go. Zeros are 5s, and same numbers opposite each other. Now, let's see what we got now. Okay. The beauty of the pick-3 strategy and working with the law average, by the numbers being opposite each other, those are what I look for. Okay. These is what I look for. All these numbers and their opposites in numerical order. All these columns are in numerical order. See here, this 018, the opposite number here is 563. 563. This 129, the opposite is 674. 674. The 230, the opposite number here is 785. See, all these numbers are in opposite positions. So if I get a column here that I know, and it could take 3 months for a column not to hit, like I say, when you track it in your actual numbers in your state, you'll see what's actually going on with them. Any number that as I go progressively from month to month, I'm going to be knowing what columns don't hit because I do one of these sheets every month. And what column don't hit for that month, I'll highlight it or put an arrow over it or something to let me know that column didn't hit that month. So I ain't got my eye focused on any of these columns that don't hit and what numbers didn't hit for the whole year. So for the whole year, say in March, I realized that this column didn't hit. Well, say March. As it go through and say it miss a month or so, you might have to go a little deeper. I'm thinking, 3 months out, you should start being able to see. But say this didn't hit at all in 18, I would play this whole column and say it didn't hit for, let's give it 2 months. It didn't hit for 2 months. And you realize within that for January, maybe a couple of numbers came out. But February and March, it didn't hit at all. Okay, let's do it that way. February and March, it didn't hit at all. Now in April, you know what numbers have hit and what numbers haven't hit. So basically, in 2 months, I would probably play the whole column, but the numbers that didn't hit, I would be looking for their opposites. Like, say I know that the 018 didn't fall, and the 563 didn't, the 563 didn't fall, they opposite numbers of each other. I got a 50-50 chance of one of those two coming in. So I'm going to bet heavier on these two numbers. Or if it's four of them like that, that's opposite of each other. This 018, this 129, and this 563, and this 674. I'm gonna play those heavier. Because I know I have a 50-50 chance of those coming in. That's how you do it working with the law average. And as the numbers play and catch up, you'll see what numbers are best to play. The ones that haven't hit, because you're going to see how these numbers are going to catch up with each other working with the law average. All righty. I think that pretty much covers it. Do we have any questions? Anybody? Go to the question and answers part. All right, don't look like we have any back. No questions. All righty, everybody. All right, family. Everybody have a beautiful day. I'm gonna call it a day. Grandkids out, they getting up now, and they didn't go to school today because of this snow. All right, like I say, play up till they come, make that money, y'all. Peace and love. God bless. And if you track it, you'll soon be packing to Lucky Town.